Hello, Sue here again from Sue's Dog Mode Kitchen. I hope you're all well and not going too mad in the new world order lifestyle that we're now living, okay? So I hope you're enjoying my videos anyway. I'm doing it to keep myself sane, okay? Otherwise I might go insane. So today we're going to make bread, and today's bread we're making it in our bread maker. So this is very quick, a very quick way of making bread. If you've got a bread maker, then follow the instructions as to actually how to do the bread. We just put it on a basic bread setting, large loaf. Our bread maker is about 20 years old. It's a really good one, and it's up in our bedroom where it's nice and warm, because the actual bread maker has to be kept in a warm place, because it's got to rise the bread and stuff. It takes 4 hours, the process of making it, kneading it, and then it rests it, and then it kneads it again, a bit like you making bread. But with a bread maker, I have made many loaves of bread now, and they all come out really successful with this recipe that I'm going to now tell you. So if you have a bread maker, follow this recipe. It's really simple, and if you want the recipe, just let me know and I'll put it up for you below, okay? But it is so quick. The most important thing I've read is that the yeast has to be fresh, so make sure your yeast is not out of date, okay? Your dried yeast, it mustn't be out of date. Really important that the ingredients are fresh. And you put your 2 teaspoons of yeast in the bottom of your bread maker, okay, and you do not disturb it. It has to stay in the bottom, and everything else you put on the top, and the liquid has to go on the very top. So I won't be putting a liquid on, because what we normally do is I put all the ingredients in, and then Simon takes it up and he just puts it in the bread maker and pours the liquid on and switches it on. Job done. Okay, and it's really quick. I've never known such a quick way of making bread, and it makes a perfect loaf of slicing bread. We've got a slicer as well, so you can make it different thicknesses, or you can cut it with a bread knife, doesn't really matter. Anyway, so let's crack on with it. So first of all, you need 2 teaspoons of yeast, and all you do is put it straight in the bottom of the bread maker. Make sure your bread maker is not wet, okay? You do not want it wet. The yeast has to be at the bottom and kept dry, apparently. And I've done this and it's come out perfect every time we've made it so far. Touch wood. And you'll probably see the actual loaf of bread tomorrow morning. It won't be done tonight because it takes 4 hours, and you have to, and I won't be wanting to come on the video in 4 hours time, because it's all, yeah, last night I done a video and finished at 10, so I'm not doing that again today. So I'll show you the loaf of bread in the morning, okay? A couple of slices might be gone from it though. So that's that, and the rest of the ingredients is, with this you need 500 grams of bread flour. Right, I have it also says that you can mix. So what I've done is, because I don't always have bread flour, I use plain flour and bread flour mixed. So I found this works really well. So if you haven't got loads and loads of bread flour, just buy 1 bag, which is what I've been doing. I have loads and loads of bags of plain flour, but you don't need to use all bread flour. You can mix it, you can mix the plain flour with it. So what I do is I just use 125 grams of the strong plain flour, right? And then I make it up to 500 grams with the plain flour. The ratio works really well. I haven't had a problem with it at all. So if you've got a bread maker, you might want to try this. Oh, some strange reason my scales always go on pounds and ounces. And you have to change it to grams. It's very odd. Usually you would think it was the other way round, wouldn't you? But no, that has to be this way round. Anyway, so you need 125 grams of strong plain flour. So 100, oh for God's sake, these scales. Oh. Right, try again. Right, 125 grams of the strong plain flour. So, nearly there. Right, I usually try and do it spot on with this because I've noticed it works if I do it spot on. But I suppose it wouldn't matter if you go over a little bit. As long as you make it up to 500 grams with both flours. But I found that this really, really works. So that's 125 grams of the strong flour. Now we're making it up to 500 grams with the regular flour, the regular plain. Okay, and then we're going to mix the two together before we put them in the bread maker. Right, so 500 grams, you make it up to 500 grams. I'm very fussy with this recipe. A lot of recipes I don't fuss over, but I found if you stick to the ratio of what I just said, it really works. So, and what you need now is a pinch of salt. Oh, I haven't got the sugar. Oh, well, a teaspoon of salt actually, not a pinch. So you need a teaspoon of salt and you need a teaspoon of sugar. Right, so you need 2 teaspoons of sugar. And I've got this massive packet. Should last us a year, I think. Right, 2 teaspoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then you need, oh, that's really heavy, a tablespoon of dried milk powder. So you can use Marvel or whatever, Co-op Zone, whatever you can get. Let me just check that. Oh, it's 1.5 tablespoons of dried milk powder. I've been sticking to this recipe with the dried milk powder and it really works. I'm just saying, it really, really works. It's so simple to do. Then mix that together in your bowl and then you're going to put in, not in here, in there, on the top, just plop it on, the butter. Don't even mix that in together because the machine does all the mixing. I just like to mix these ones together. So pour that in your bread maker. Try not to disturb the yeast at the bottom. So you don't want to be stirring this now because the yeast has to stay at the bottom. And this acts as a barrier between the wet and the dry ingredients. And then you just need some butter. You only need a little bit. You only need 23 grams of butter, okay? So I always weigh it as well, because I found if I stick to the proper weights on this recipe, it works, as I keep saying. I know usually I do things by eye and make it up as I go along, but with this bread I make it the way it's supposed to be done. So 23 grams of butter. So nearly, that's too much. Tiny bit off. Okay, that'll do. So then you just plop that on the top. Don't mix it in or anything, just put it on the top. So that's your bread done basically. Well, it's done. So I've got the milk here, and when you put this milk mixture in, it has to be blood heat, tepid, or you know, like the same. The way you can test it is like you do a baby's bottle when you test it on the inside of your arm here, and if you can't feel it, that means it's exactly the same temperature as you. So, which is perfect for feeding to babies. Okay, and that's what you do with this. You make sure it's tepid. And then you pour it in there once it's in the bread maker. So that's it for this first part of this bread making video, and tomorrow I will show you the finished product. It will be daylight outside, and I will show you the finished product, but it is simple. It is really easy, and if you haven't got a bread maker and you love the smell of homemade bread, buy yourself a second-hand one on eBay. I'm sure there's plenty on there, because a lot of people buy these things and then they never ever use them. But we've had this bread maker ever since we moved here, and I've never used it. It's been stuck under the counter for the past 5 years, and it's only recently that my partner said, oh, I'll make bread with the bread maker. And I've been making bread by hand for ages now, different types of bread, but this is just so simple, and I've been making bread every 2 days. It's not very good for your weight though, because it's carbohydrates and it makes you a bit podgy. So we're going to not be making another loaf of bread after this one for quite a while, because we're going on a fast, so we can't be eating bread. But bread is one of the worst things for putting on weight, and homemade bread tastes so good, and it makes great sandwiches, toast. We had it sold just this morning with our boiled eggs, which were perfect, and it tastes so good. It's so much cheaper to make than buying it. Bread is really expensive now, so you think a loaf of bread is over £1 now, £1.50, 60 if you use the artisan breads. They're really expensive, and the thing is, you can buy a bag of, I mean, this is a really good strong flour, but you can just buy the shop bought, you know, the shop main brand. It doesn't really matter, but mix them up. So this is usually quite expensive, you know, the strong flour, but if you mix it together with some just normal plain flour, your strong plain flour will go a lot further. And this dried milk powder, you can use the shop one, which is a lot cheaper than this one. This is a really expensive brand. You don't need to buy this one. You can just use a home, you know, the shop one. And that's it really. It's such a simple thing to make, and great if you've got kids. I mean, you could keep, you know, you could make one loaf of bread, then you could just start and make another loaf of bread. It takes 4 hours from beginning to end for it to actually make the bread. But the smell that comes out when the bread is cooking is to die for. I mean, it is so nice. And we make this in our bedroom. So we might not make this tonight. We might make it in the morning, because the only thing is, you have to take it out of the bread maker straight away before it goes cold. Because what happens if you don't take it out of the bread maker straight away, it can get a bit damp in the bottom, because the steam needs to come out. So if you leave it in the bread maker, you can get a soggy bottom on it, and you don't want a soggy bottom on your bread. So we might not use this until the morning. We'll see, because well, actually we will put it on tonight, because it's only 6 o'clock. It feels so late because it's so dark so early. Yeah, we'll put this on tonight, and then we'll still be up, so that we can take it out of the bread maker and just put it on a cooling rack. And then in the morning I'll show you the finished product, so you can see what it looks like. So that's that. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and I can give you some knowledge. And if you got any questions, just leave a comment below and ask me whatever you like to do with bread making or saving money and stuff like that. I mean, I'm all for saving money and recycling and everything. I try and recycle as much as possible in food waste and well, every waste actually. But yeah, so thank you for watching my video, and I hope you enjoyed my video. And if you did, please subscribe to my channel and tell your friends and family about my channel, and look out for my other videos somewhere on here, which is the next one I would like you to watch. But there are some really good, interesting videos, and I will keep making them, because I really enjoy making them. And if there's anything you would like me to make, anything different, special, as long as it's not too expensive or too outrageous, I will endeavour to make it for you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again later in the morning with the end part of my video. So bye for now. Bye. Hello again, Sue back here from Sue's Dull Broadmouth Kitchen with the last instalment for the bread that I made. So I made the bread yesterday and it finished last night, so it was from 6 till 10 or just thereabouts, and it's come out perfectly. So this is the following evening, by the way, so I've just got round to doing the second part of the video. So this is the bread maker, so all you do is put all your ingredients in here and then put it in the bread making machine and it does all of it for you. So it is really lovely. So I haven't cut it yet. It smells lovely. So I'm just going to cut a slice with a knife. We do have a slicer, but it's over there, so a knife will have to do, just so you can see what it looks like on the inside. Okay, there we are. So there you have it. Perfect loaf of bread, and there's a nice crust there. My partner will like that in a minute. So, oh, it's perfect. Look, it's absolutely perfect. So if you'd like the recipe for this, just leave me a comment below and I will put the ingredients up, but you have to stick to the ratio of ingredients exact, and it comes out perfect. And this is like the 4th or 5th loaf I've actually made now in this bread making machine. Yeah, and it comes out really well. So that's that. So lovely. So all you do is you put the ingredients together as I showed you in the previous part of this video, and then you just put it in your bread maker and you put your milk on the top once it's in the bread maker, and then you switch it on, and then 4 hours later this is what you have. Beautiful homemade bread, perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and a like, and tell your friends and family about my videos, and subscribe to my channel please, and ring that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And there should be some other videos around here somewhere, recommendations to watch next, so you can see what else, or watch whatever you like, or don't watch any. It's up to you. Anyway, thank you for watching, and that's it for now. So we're going to have a little sandwich, I think. So bye for now. Bye.